Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Pena and this is my week 6 course project presentation. The first question is, what can we do as individuals to help create a sustainable society? I think there's quite a few things that we can do on a daily basis that would help obtain sustainability. Some of the small things are, changing your light bulbs to energy efficient light bulbs, changing out the water faucets in your home that let less water come through your faucet, so you're saving on your water. One thing that we've done in my household is we put a timer in the shower and it's automatically set to 5 minutes to help cut down on your shower time and your water usage in the shower, and it's actually helped quite a bit. I would maybe take a 20-minute shower and I would just, stand in the hot water sometimes because it feels good. Same thing with my son. And since we got the timer, we've actually both cut our shower time quite a bit, so it's really helped out, I think. Another thing is recycle what you can. And you don't have to, completely, start out being a recycle nut, I don't think. Start out small, just recycle all your paper versus throwing it in the trash, or start out, if you have a lot of plastic stuff, make a bin just for plastics and recycle it, and then before you know it, you want to build on top of that. That's kind of, I've always been really into recycling since I was little. It was just something that was really important to me, so this class alone has been really great. I've had lots of fun learning some of the different things that I've learned, and got to do some reading about sustainability and what we can do to help with our sustainability. Another thing, and this isn't maybe not as an individual, but I work with a furniture manufacturer very closely, and one thing about this manufacturer that I really like is they are all about being LEED compliant and being sustainable, and they have really done a lot of things in the last 5 years to make themselves an environmentally friendly manufacturer. One thing that they did recently, which was kind of one of the, not the last steps, but getting towards the end of making, being really sustainable, is getting rid of T-molding on work surfaces. Apparently T-molding is not environmentally friendly to make. So none of their furniture that they sell anymore has T-molding. It's not an option. So at their largest plant that they have where they manufacture furniture, they will be considered, I believe, 99% environmentally friendly and sustainable, which is a really cool thing to work with a company that cares so much about the environment and things that they've done. Another thing that they've done recently was introducing new machinery that uses the exact amount of fabric needed for different furniture versus the older furniture where you'd have 2 or 3 feet of fabric left over, after reupholstering or upholstering a piece of furniture, and it was just a waste. So they have found ways to cut that back quite a bit, so they're using exactly what they need and not wasting anything. And a lot of their furniture that they sell, um, most of it's recyclable. I know they sell some office chairs that are like 95% recyclable, which is really cool. Um, so the end of the life cycle of that chair, basically most of it you can recycle, which is really nice. Another thing that they've done, with their shipping, instead of putting stuff in plastic bags, they are using a material made out of recycled material that is recyclable, more friendly recyclable than a plastic bag. Um, I think those are some things that, like I said, as an individual person, just starting with the small things like changing the light bulbs in your home and your water faucets, can make a small step in the right direction. The next question is, how does population growth and migration affect resources while trying to achieve a sustainable society? And in some of my research that I've done recently, in countries that are still developing, they probably suffer the most challenges with population growth, since these countries are still trying to organize their government and figuring out what their people need. It's hard for them to focus on long-term goals because they're continuously focusing on trying to fix what's going on now, and a quick fix to help the people in their society, versus a long-term goal that will help them, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road. An example of that would be healthcare. There was a few articles that I read, that with developing countries, their healthcare isn't the greatest. Which is one reason why their population growth is so high. Because women don't have access to simple things as birth control. And another challenge that population growth has is food supplies. So how does a government get food to developing countries with a high population rate? Some countries just don't have the land or the space for agriculture. If they do have land, it might not be suitable for growth of crops. I think with something like this, they should maybe try and figure out a way how they can use their land, figure out a resource that grows in that area, to make it beneficial for them in a growing society. I saw a quote today, actually, that made me think of this class that I just wanted to share with everyone. The quote, it said, was by Chief Seattle from 1852, and it says, "What befalls the earth befalls all the sons of the earth. The earth does not belong to man. Man belongs to earth. Care for it as we have cared for it. Preserve the land for all the children and love it." I absolutely just love this quote, and it really made me think about this class. And speaking of sustainability and what we can do as a society and come together and try to make things sustainable, and give ourselves, help keep our society healthy and healthy for our children and our children's children, I think is important. And like it says here, earth doesn't belong to man, man belongs to the earth. So we're a part of this place, and we need to take care of it and not destroy it and try and come together. And even if just taking small steps in your everyday life, I think is helpful. You may not see it right away, but I think it does make an impact. And that is my presentation. Thank you.